All right, what's going on, everyone? Chris, Chef Sports Cards here. Trying to tidy up a bit. Got some schmutz on the table here. Got to get a new mat. This one's getting beat up. All right, we are doing 2024 Topps Big League Quarter Case Break number 7. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Especially if you're new to the channel, welcome. A bit about us. We've been around for over 6 years now. We break mostly baseball. We ship all cards from every break. We're very generous with the top loading. We ship as quickly as our little hands will move. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We do free breaks. When we do them, we use our subscriber list from YouTube for the random. So hit the old subscribe button there. eBay continues to run their sweepstakes. There's no purchase necessary there. Go to any of our eBay listings, look in the description. You'll see at the very top there's a link. Click on the link and follow what it says, and you can win some free cards. Who knows? And, of course, go check out chefsportscards.com, our wonderful website. We got a bunch of breaks up over there. We even have some pre-sales for Heritage for next week that are filling up fast. The half-case 10-box Big League break will be tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern time. I, of course, will send out an email tomorrow to everyone about that. And the Big League half-case blaster break, I think there's 12 teams left. I dropped the prices on all the teams by like 40%, 30%. So we get that filled up, we'll get that broken too. All right, let's go over the teams. CeeLo, Chris, Bryce, what's up, boys? How was everyone tonight? Thank you for joining us. All right, D-backs, Joshua W. Braves, Nick S. Orioles, Justin R. Red Sox, Charles R. Cubs, Justin R. White Sox, Joshua W. Reds, Jordan J. Guardians, John P. Royals, Robert H. Astros, Nick B. Angels, Robert H. Dodgers, Joe R. Brewers, Christopher D. Twins and Marlins, Chris F. Mets, Robert H. Yankees, Joe R. A's, Norm S. Phillies, Dave D. Pirates, Ryan W. Cardinals, Bryce T. Padres, Robert H. Giants, Michael H. Mariners, Bryce T. Rays, Chris F. Rangers and Blue Jays, Justin R. And Nationals, Bryce T. All right. Let's open some cards. All right. Get myself situated here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh my God, my office is such a mess. 2 weeks worth of boxes. And let's see it in here. It's crazy. They're piling up around my feet. All right, little camera fix, and we're good to go. Good luck, everybody. See what old Big League's got for us tonight. What did we have last night? 4 autos last night. Machado. Christian Walker to the moon. Try and get my hands working here. Stretch them out a bit. We need a to the moon auto or something like that. Bolas Garcia to the moon. We haven't had any of those yet. We've had pretty much everything else, from short prints to all that stuff. But we need like an insert auto tonight. Evan Carter, rookie. Sal Frelick. And Lars. Not a hugely popular name, Lars. Baseball player and a drummer. Those are all I know are named Lars. Drummer for Metallica is Lars, right? Isn't that his first name? Slider for the Guardians. Excuse me. Choking on my Mento. They're the fresh saver, you know. And gonna take me out at the same time. Come on, hands work tonight. Zach Geloff, good vibrations, rookie. Ugh. Sometimes I think that my hands are like inundated with that oxy powder stuff that they put on these. It gets so slippery sometimes. Arenado and Buxton. Soler to the moon. And Blake Snell. Feeling lucky tonight, Bryce? Nice. All right, good. I like it. Junior Caminero, rookie. Corbin Carroll, good vibrations. I'm not going to start singing the song, even though it's going through my head already. I'm going to sing it at some point. And De La Cruz, rookie. And Corbin Carroll. Westberg and Kauser. Eston Kjerstad. Another one of the 8 million incredible prospects that the Orioles have. I think the Orioles should just make a second team. Have 2 MLB teams. Rosarena for the Rays. For Chris. Rare blue. I'm telling you, Joe, it's it's such a good vibration. I keep thinking it from the second I started opening. I can't help it. Ugh. It's the worst, isn't it? Like, everybody gets that earworm. Like, you get a song in your head you just can't get rid of. My wife had me listening to the Beyonce country album today. That's different. It's something. It's good. It's pretty good. Encarnacio Strand. Sometimes I'll take anything over all the Taylor Swift she listens to. So. Big leaguer. Oh, damn, I forgot to set up the random. Zach Gallen. All right. Well, you never know. TC Bear. We've pulled him before. Next week, we got a ton of stuff next week. I was doing the listings today. Heritage comes out next week, which is huge. Everyone loves Heritage. And Leaf Vivid, I told you guys I got a case of it in. I forgot it was coming in this week, so I didn't schedule any this weekend. I also tend to find that Leaf products are better if you break them the second week because people have to kind of learn what's in them, And it is, it looks pretty good. There's a ton of huge names in it. So we'll be doing that next weekend too. So Dane Raphael. Mark McGuire. Why? I'd love to know like the thoughts behind these pictures when they drew them. Like who drew them? Why is there like watermelon and an apple in a Mark McGuire? Is there some? Wait a second. Let's see here. A bout with mononucleosis as a sophomore in high school forced Mark to take a break from baseball and turn to golf. The lure of the diamond remained strong, however, and he became a college star. Okay, again, what does that have to do with watermelon and apples? I don't know. Yeah, Mark McGuire, and like 70% of all high school teenagers get mono at some point. Oh, Taylor Swift. The Taylor Swift thing. I mean, Taylor Swift is talented as hell. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It just, I have no problem with Taylor Swift. She's fine, but I just can't listen to it all the time. You know what I mean? Like, after a while, I'm just like, okay, enough with the Taylor Swift. She's immensely talented. There's no doubt about it. De La Cruz, Good Vibrations. And it's weird because, like, I know a lot more of her songs than I even realized I did. Like, I hear songs and I'm like, who's this? And they're like, oh, that's Taylor Swift. I'm like, oh, it is? Like, she's pretty good at kind of mixing up her sound. So I am not a very big kind of modern day music person. I listen to stuff from when I was a kid, from like the 80s and 90s for the most part. So, like, and my wife's real good with all the new stuff, So her and my son, they'll be like, oh, this is so and so. And I'll be like, I have no idea who that is. They do, like, when they do, like, the American Music Awards and the Grammys and stuff, they'll sit there and go, tonight on the Grammys. And they go through a list of like 25 performers. And I'll be like, I don't know a single person on here. Austin Riley. And then my wife and son always fight. They're like, yeah, you do. You know this song, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, if you say so. I'm bad like that. I like the stuff I like, I don't. Taylor Swift, though, man, I'll tell you what, that's like beyond music. Those they're like cultists. Taylor Swift people, man, they are. I think that girl could win the presidency if she ran right now. Honestly, the way people follow her around is crazy. I had no idea. I've talked about this before. Like when she did this tour that she's still doing now, I guess it's going on for like another year or whatever overseas and stuff. I had gotten offered tickets through American Express to like pre-buy, like before they went on sale. Contreras. And I was like, well, I don't want Taylor Swift tickets. Like, I didn't even think about it. And then, like, the next year she was coming around and people were paying like $8,000 for a ticket. I was like, oh, man, I could have bought some. Missed on that one. Who knew? Who knew? Well, somebody did, just not me. Bryce Harper to the moon. Yeah, I'm the same way, Joe. I really don't. I have no idea. I know some country music guys. I like country music a little bit, and a few of those guys I know, but yeah, I don't know. I'm Jeremy Pena. I don't like a lot of. I mean, not that it's bad. I just don't. I don't really like the music that comes out now. I'd rather just listen to what I like from when I was younger. I'm an old cranky guy. What can I say? I think a lot of guys are that way, though. Frank Thomas. I think women are more kind of with the time when it comes to music. Because every guy I know who's like my age in their 40s or 50s are all like, do exactly what I do. Listen to stuff from when they were kids, you know? Buxton and Caminero, rookie. Chef and Scalper. Not me, man. Not me. I would have been with Taylor Swift if I had any clue she was that big a deal. Like when she came to Philly and had her concert, like she played Marcus Simeon Rare for Tejas for Justin. She played Lincoln Financial Field where the Eagles play. And it was like 80,000 seats or something like that with the field and everything. And there was like another 30,000 people outside of the stadium, just like standing out there singing. I was like, wow, this chick's no joke. Jeremy Pena. Oh, yeah, they definitely do. There's no doubt about that. Well, and if you didn't think she could get any bigger, then she and what's his name started dating. And, then she was more prevalent to a lot of guys who never listened to her, just because she was dating Kelsey. Or is dating Kelsey. I guess they're still going. Man, NFL took every advantage of that they could, huh? I saw a thing online after the Super Bowl, George Springer, Good Vibrations, about all the famous people who were at the Super Bowl that you had no idea were there because they never showed them, because all they did was show Taylor Swift like 25 times. And there was this whole list of like movie stars and stuff who were there who never got on camera once, but they showed her over and over and over again. Freddie Freeman, Good Vibrations, and Nico. They're not dumb. They know what they're doing. I had to put her on there too. They probably got an extra like 50 million viewers for the Super Bowl this year because of her. Alvarez and Brent Rooker. Grunge, yeah, I listened to some of that stuff. Grunge, yeah, I mean, I listened to some stuff from the '80s too. A lot of like alternative stuff, and yeah, just the stuff I listened to when I was a kid. Mookie, some metal stuff, and all the Nirvanas and Mudhoneys, and Chris Cornell back in the day, and Jason Dominguez, rookie. I don't know. It's just easier that way. I don't have to keep up with things. Andrew Abbott. I like what I like. Yeah. That's a good idea, right? She would be a big help to them. Zach Geloff to the moon, rookie. And Max Muncy. I'm a big leaguer. And Mauricio, rookie. Devin Williams. All right. 2 crappy boxes. Let's get 3 good ones now. Come on now. Need a couple good boxes here. Yeah, pretty much. Eddie Vedder is pretty much the last man standing. Yeah, that's right. I always had a thing against Eddie Vedder because I was a huge Mother Love Bone fan. So like back when, I think back on now, I was so stupid, but you were very territorial when you were a kid. But I love Mother Love Bone. Andrew Wood was the lead singer, and for anybody who doesn't really know that era or know music from that time, Mother Love Bone became Pearl Jam. Just basically switched the lead singers. Eddie Vedder became the lead singer, and they became Pearl Jam. So it was always like, oh, they suck. Yeah. And then I got older and was like, why do I care? You know, Shohei to the moon. And then I saw Pearl Jam in concert. I've seen them a couple times, um, but I saw them. It was one of the last shows they did at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. It was before they tore the Spectrum down, and that was one of the best shows I ever went to. It was crazy. Evan Carter, Good Vibrations rookie. Yeah, man. Chris Cornell's been gone for a while now, huh? That's been quite a while, hasn't it? It's funny. I was just listening to um, the Andrew Wood album. Oh my God, why am I not getting the name? I'm Going Hungry. God, what is the name of that? It was Chris Cornell and Eddie Vedder and Pearl Jam, and they did that tribute album, Temple of the Dog. I was just listening to that like last week, and I was thinking, like, man, Chris Cornell's been. I don't even know how long it's been. It's been a while since he left us. He could sing, that dude, man. He was no joke. Evan Carter, To the Moon, Ricky. I'm going hungry. I'm going hungry. I just watched Singles too. You remember that movie, Joe? And they're all in that. I hadn't seen that movie in years. I saw it like maybe a month or so ago. And like Stone Gossard and Eddie Vedder. Because what's his name? Who's in it? Dylan. Matt Dillon, who plays the rocker. His whole backup band is Pearl Jam. And they're so young in it. It's crazy. Ozzie Smith, Good Vibrations. Temple of the Dog. And that was a tribute album for Andrew Wood after he died. Andrew Wood. So when Mother Love Bone had their big release was an album called Apple, and he died at the release party of a heroin overdose. And then, like I said, they eventually became Pearl Jam and became like the biggest band in the world for 10 years or whatever it was. And for the Bravos, Matt Olson, Rare Blue. Yeah, I love that album, that Temple of the Dog album. That was a big one, like in college for me. That song stuck in my head. It's funny though because the one song that's famous from it is the only song that Eddie Vedder sings on. Chris Cornell sings on the whole rest of the album. Um, but that's the song that's a little famous anyway. People know a little bit. A lot of those guys had heroin problems, man. They all died of heroin eventually, one way or the other. Uh, Jose Ramirez. It's kind of crazy when you look back at singers from like the 80s and 90s and how many of them overdosed. It's really nuts. We were just talking about, remember Michael Hutchinson from NXS? He died of heroin overdose too. Like I was just talking about him with someone recently. NXS was good, man. They were a band back in the day, but he checked out super early. Gunner. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. We're not getting the best box. We'll get some autos. Verdugo. When I was a kid, I don't know if some of you are old enough or not to remember. There was a band in the 80s, a hair band called Cinderella that was big for a few years. And they were from where I grew up. And the lead singer's younger brother, I went to school with him. And when I was in ninth grade, I think we were freshmen, Cinderella was touring with Bon Jovi on the Slippery When Wet tour. Pretty sure that was, I think it was 8th or ninth grade, something like that. And we were such a big deal because we had tickets and backstage passes and all that stuff. There was like 8 of us who went because his little brother took us, which was it was awesome. It was. It was a big deal. Gunnar Henderson, Good Vibrations. Cinderella. Hey, oh man, who's got Texas? Look at that thing. Justin. Very nice. Evan Carter, rookie auto. Very nice. Congrats, my friend. We'll give you a clap on that one. Good stuff. See, Chris said we needed an auto, and there we go. A delicious Evan Carter. Congrats, my friend. I'm going hungry. Don't cease. Music's funny anymore, though, too. Like, the whole industry has changed so much. Concerts are so absurdly expensive. Like, I can't get over how expensive concerts are anymore. Like, we used to go to concerts when I was a kid all the time. Like every week it's felt like, or at least a couple times a month, we were seeing someone, whether it was in a club in Philadelphia or at the Spectrum or whatever. And it used to be like 15, $20, to go see a concert. And now it's like, my wife and I took my wife to see Pink this summer. It was like $700. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the seats were good. We were in it was at Citizens Bank Park where the Phillies play, and they were in the Hall of Fame club. So, but not like a suite or anything like that. Just, but I mean, they weren't bad seats, but like $700 to go to a concert, it's insane. I don't care how much money you have, it's a lot. And I give her credit. It was a good show. I'd never been to a Pink show before. My wife was real into it. I tried to talk her into taking someone else. And she was like, no, I want you to go. And I was like, all right. Because I bought him for her birthday. So I was like, oh, I guess I better go. And it was cool. I mean, it was a good show, but wow. I know, like, my wife took my son to see Maroon 5. And this was some years back, like 5-6 years ago. And she wouldn't even tell me how much she spent to go to that. And I was like, jeez. Billy the Marlin. Half the fun of going to concerts when I was younger was you had to sleep out for tickets and stuff. Remember all that? That was, we had around us, a place called Strawbridge's, and they had a Ticketmaster in it. And if tickets went on sale like Saturday morning, go there Friday night and camp out on the sidewalk to get your tickets. Now you just have to have the quickest fingers on the internet. Andrew Abbott. Metallica for $10. Yeah. I'm trying to think, like, most of the shows we used to go to, it was like 17. 17 was a price I remember a lot that we paid for concert tickets. $17. And like, if you got into the 20s, like, I remember we saw, oh God, I can't even think of their name now. Why can't I think of their name? I love them. They were a really good band. But anyway, I remember we went and saw a band. I forget, I can't think of their name right now, but and it was like $22 to see them, and we were all up in arms, like, can you believe it was this expensive? It's $22. Jeez, nowadays, forget about it. And that was what was great about it. Like you could just go to anything. You could, even as a kid, as a teenager, you could afford it. I don't know how kids afford that stuff now. I guess I guess parents pay for them. But I know my son's been to some shows over the years. Like, God, who was? They saw someone last year, and I remember he paid like $500 or $600 for a ticket, and I was like, "Oh, did you buy tickets scalped?" He's like, "No, that was the face value." I was like, "Oh my God." And I realized that the record industry is different now, and that's one of the reasons why concerts are so expensive. Like a lot of these bands, that's how they make their money. They don't make much off of downloads and stuff because half of it's they're stolen or free or people share ever since Napster and back in the day. But so they make it up through concerts, but it's pricey. Yeah, 22 won't even cover parking here. It was 40 to park at the stadium. That's what it is to park at the stadium here. So like if you go to a Phillies game, it's $40 to the park. It's insane. Anytime I go to like a Phillies game or a Eagles game or something, I'm just like, you know how much money they're making off of parking? My wife goes, you say it every time we come here. And I'm like, well, I can't get over it. Gunnar Henderson to the moon. It's almost like you can't turn down tickets to anything anymore. Nothing, everything is so expensive. Like Cody Bellinger rare for the Cubs. For Justin. We a couple years back, maybe 5 years ago. I don't know. Yeah, I think it was maybe like 5 years ago. My wife got tickets for Villanova basketball. And this is when they were back in their heyday, when they were winning national championships and stuff. And we had been to other Villanova games before. I mean, Villanova is literally like a mile and a half from my house. And, but we hadn't been to a game in a while, and I didn't even think about it. My wife got tickets, and we couldn't go for some reason. We were tied up. My son was tied up. Like nobody in the family could use the tickets. So I called this guy who we know and have known for years, and they were huge Villanova fans. I was like, hey, listen, I got 4 tickets for the game tonight at DuPont and Goldschmidt. And even like who they were playing, I don't think it was anyone crazy, but with Villanova, especially in their heyday, like they would play kind of mid-range teams at the school. And then if they played anyone real big, they would play them downtown at like the Wells Fargo Center, the big stadium. So anyway, and the guy kept hammering me like, "Do you want anything for the tickets?" I was like, "Nah, man, you can have them. Like no big deal." It was 4 tickets and a parking pass. And then I went and looked it up, and those tickets were selling for like, you could get like $250 for those tickets. I was like, wow. Like I didn't even think to sell them to the guy. Like we got them for free anyway. What was that? I wasn't gonna rip the guy off, but like tickets for everything cost money anymore. But they appreciate it. They love them. So Julio and Mason Wynn rookie. See, look, they got little people like peeking through. Yeah, the Yankees. I went to a Yankees game during COVID. My nephews live in Manhattan, and he had his birthday there, and they rented a suite, a whole 9 yards. It was pretty cool, but yeah, the parking was a little ridiculous. De La Cruz to the moon. It was cool to go there to the stadium. Like I hadn't been to the Yankee Stadium before, so it was fun to check it off the list. But um, That's crazy. Like when you go, I tell you what, I don't know if you talk about feeling safe. I mean, if you've ever been to a Yankees game or if you haven't been to one, I mean, it's like it was like there was a like a army like battalion surrounding the stadium. And I get it. It's New York. I understand why, but like I've never seen a presence like that at a stadium like they had at the Yankees back then. I'm sure they still do. Atlanta's mascot. Bars around here pay businesses NCAA games and bring in the customers. Really? So is anybody gonna is you guys gonna check out the Henry Davis to the Moon rookie, the eclipse on Monday? Does everybody have their glasses and stuff? Don't want to be burning your retinas out or anything. I saw a thing on the news. They said I guess there's like a perfect path, kind of through the middle of the country, where you'll see it at like full eclipse. Like they were saying on the TV here, we're at like 80 something percent. Like you'll see the bulk of it, but I guess you have to be like in a certain part of the country to, you know, really see it perfectly 100%. And they were saying that hotels are charging like $1,000 to stay at their hotel that day. I'm like, to see the moon cross in front of the sun, really? I didn't know eclipses had that kind of hype amongst people, you know. But hey, look, I do have Eclipse glasses. Check them out. They sold them at 7-Eleven. They were like $2. I was like, well, I'll get one or I'll get a couple of them. You never know. I might decide to go outside and take a look. Nice part about the new stadium is built the train station right there. I used to have to get off in Harlem in the subway. Yeah. Are they really? They're letting schools out early? Wow. I mean, not that I necessarily remember. I mean, I know there's been eclipses before, but I don't remember anyone ever making such a big deal. Now, I guess this is like a full eclipse, and maybe we haven't had that in forever, in years and years. But I don't know. I think we look for any excuse just not to work and go to school and stuff. And my wife was like, "Well, I'll be at work," and I go, "Well, it'll get real dark outside for a minute, and then you'll know when it is." I'll be sorting cards, so believe me, after the earthquake we had the other day, it's not going to be that impressive. Oh, are you, Chris? When are you starting that, buddy? Good for you, man. Jason Dominguez, good vibrations. I always felt like you were never that into the night shift thing, man. Same type of job. You gonna pit boss and deal, or you gonna do one or the other, or Jason Dominguez rookie. Ripken, got to get yourself back to your normal life, man. Those night shifts are brutal. Nice, man. That's awesome. So you'll be here more often. It's actually a good thing for me. I was going to ask you to do so. I'm going to email you tomorrow. To the moon. I was going to employ your help with something. So I'll email you tomorrow. So keep an eye out for it. Shohei. And Will Smith. I feel like there's been a Will Smith in like every break we've done. The $14 million man. If you're a Dodgers fan, there's your catcher for the next 10 years. Will Smith. For Joe. Go, buddy. Has it been a year? I thought it was even longer than that. Has it only been a year, Chris? So you'll still get to supervise during the day too? Because before you started this, you were just dealing, right? Like before you started doing the night shift? Griffey. Why is this sticking? Griffey and JD Martinez. Lou Bob to the moon. And Riley Green. Well, that's cool. At least you get to still supervise and stuff, man. You got to work your way up. You be the president of that place before you know it. Hoppa. Good vibration. So did they find some other sucker to take the job, or are they backing off on the night hours, or what's happening? I know you had mentioned before they had talked about that. Mr. Met. Mr. Met. Nice. Hank Aaron. Slammin' Sammy. I'm a big leaguer. Orbit. Ricky Henderson. Sonny Gray. Oh, they found someone who wants to do it. It's good. And, oh man. Oh, look at this thing. Chris on the $6 Tampa Bay Rays, Junior Caminero rookie auto. Very nice hit, my friend. You get a cheer for that one. Wow. That's awesome, dude. I don't know why people aren't chasing this kid, man, but you'll be happy you did, my friend. Look at that thing. That's awesome, dude. Congrats, my man. Matt Olson on to the moon. Someone that's younger. That's good. You found a sucker, is what you're saying. We found another sucker to do it. That's awesome. Mascot for the White Sox. Yeah, of course it is. I know it's why you got them. I'm just surprised more people haven't chased him. I mean, I know he's not an easy pull, but all right, Ichiro. And our last pack. Although, don't go anywhere. We're going to open a blaster, too. Since I've done it for every other break, we'll do it for this one, too. I just forgot to pull it out after the fourth box. Jordan Hicks. And Juan Soto. Ozzy Albies. All right, let me grab a blaster real quick. Hold on a sec. All right. Bonus blaster box. Let's see what we can get. We got an auto out of the blaster last night. Don't forget, guys, I reduced all the prices on the remaining teams in the blaster break. I think there's like 10, 11 teams left. I dropped them all by like 30, 40%. So let's get that. That's a half blaster case, 20 boxes on the old website there. So grab some teams there. We'll break that one too. And Jason Dominguez to the moon. Shimono rookie, De La Cruz rookie, and Gunner. Ian Happ orange. Hank Aaron and Andrew Abbott rookie. Schwaba. We got our Elite Extra Mixer coming up next at 10:30. Gil Duran orange. Orbit. Devin Williams. Jeremy Pena. Real Muto. Wow. One of the short prints. Rowan Watkins. Who the hell is Rowan Watkins? Rowan loves baseball, is a student of the game. At the plate, he makes consistent contact, has perfect... on the mound, he leads his team with strong and accurate arm. Rowan's favorite player is Aaron Judge. His grandfather's a Hall of Fame high school coach, Larry Watkins. Well, there you go. We'll have to random that among everybody. Well, that was unexpected out of the blaster box. Royce Lewis and Christian Walker. Rowan Watkins. Hunter Green. Look at this thing for the Mets. Mo Vaughn. Orange auto. Robert H. Wow. We're getting some craziness from the blaster box. Yeah, he won the like become a big leaguer thing, right? Isn't that what he's from? Jeez, that's an unexpected hit right there. Mo Vaughn orange. It's been a long time since I pulled a Mo Vaughn auto. That is awesome. Congrats to Robert. There you go, bud. See, man, these blasters can come through for you. Julio, good vibrations, and Corbin Burns. All right, last pack. Kevin Gausman. Taylor Cruz rookie. Vladdy to the moon. And Correa. Well, not bad. A short print and an auto out of the blaster, out of the bonus blaster. That's not too shabby. All right, folks. I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. As always, I couldn't do this without y'all, and I do truly appreciate it. We do have to do a couple randos real quick. Yeah, he did have a crazy uppercut swing. That's true. All right, so we got our Become a Big Leaguer cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to random all the teams 5 times, and whoever comes out on top 5, will each get 1. Okay. And then we have to do our Rowan Watkins. Let's roll some dice real quick. All right, so T plus 6 is 7. So we're going to random 7 times for this one. Whoever comes out on top is going to win this guy. So I got to set it up real quick because I forgot to set it up earlier. So bear with me for a minute. It's such a good vibration. Come on, come on, come on. It's such a sweet sensation. Feel it, feel it. Come on, random.org. I'm human. Come on, come on. Why my Excel always takes forever to open. All right, so first up, we're going to do the Become a Big Leaguer cards. We got all our teams here. We'll random 5 times. Top 5 come out, each get 1. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and lucky number 5. All right, the A's, the Sox, Reds, Marlins, and Giants. And Giants. Okay, so we got those for the Become a Big Leaguer cards. Now, the short print, we're going to reset it for the Rowan Watkins short print. We're going to random 7 times. So let's reset this whole thing. Oops. All right. All our teams are there again. All right. 7 times. Whoever comes out on top is the winner. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and lucky number 7. The Royals. The Royals. Robert. All right. There we go. And there we have it. Let's go back here. All right. Oops. Easy there, microphone. All right. So the Royals get the Rowan Watkins short print, and then the A's, the Sox, the Reds, the Marlins, and the Giants get the big leaguer cards. All right. Let's do a quick hit recap, and we'll get out of here. Well, not great on short prints tonight, but some really great autos tonight. So I guess we'll take one, if not the other. All right, hit recap for 2024 Topps Big League quarter case break number 7. A bunch of rookies that we pulled out to all get top loaded. De La Cruz, Dominguez, more De La Cruz, more Dominguez, and Yamamoto, and more De La Cruz. And if we missed any, we'll pull them out too. Rare Blues, Arozarena, Simeon, Olsen, Bellinger, Smith, and then our autographs. We had Evan Carter rookie auto, Junior Caminero rookie auto, and a Mo Vaughn big boy for the Mets. Not bad on the autographs. All right, folks, again, thanks so much for joining me. I do appreciate it. We'll be back in 5 with Elite Extra Edition. Everybody have a great night. Take care. Bye.